Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to this November 23rd, Thanksgiving Eve edition of Morning Mindset. First up, how's the mic sound? That's what we got to start it with. You should just tell me as soon as I start talking good mic, bad mic. Uh, what we need from you today is what are 5 things you're going to accomplish. So make sure to get those in there. Give me your list of 5 things you're going to do. And then let me know where you're from. How's the weather? What's in your cup? I haven't been outside yet. I'm going to venture out there, but it turned out to be pretty gorgeous. I think we're having some amazing weather for Thanksgiving. But as soon as this is over, I got to round up the trash, get that out there. As far as what's in my cup, a little white monster, energy zero ultra. That's what we got in the cup this morning. So let me know what's in your cup and then check in. So that way, hey, that's always good. As far as what's on our list today. Okay, so I had somebody send me a message at 7, maybe it was about 6:30 or so. It said, hey, can you do same-day delivery? I was confused because I wasn't sure exactly what they meant by same-day delivery. Locally, yes, we are available to do same-day delivery. Same rules apply. Things have to be placed in a timely manner, and then they're usually ready after 3. So that's part of that. But they're in the East Coast, and I said, well, unless you're flying in to pick them up, I don't think there's any way we can pull this off. Because I know UPS, FedEx, some of them have a same-day service, but to meet the deadlines to get it to there in time, and then the cost, astronomical. But pay attention to deadlines. Know what you have. I always suggest if you're doing bulk orders for things, order some extras just in case somebody might want to order, right? After you've already placed your order. Because when a deadline like this and somebody needs something for Thanksgiving, it's probably not going to happen. Make sure that. Also, when submitting artwork, make sure that it is not an infinity file or a design space file or a JPEG. We need PNGs with transparent backgrounds. But what's on our list today? we've got all kinds of stuff. We've got hats to do. We've got DTFs to print and ship. We've got shirts that need to be pressed. We've got decals that need to do, and we've got printed HTV. As we talked last night on Tuesday with Todd, when people were, vinyl. I'm like, hey, printed DTV, boom. We still do a lot of that, and we're doing it in glitter because we've done it the past 3 years, so it's consistent to state of that. So that's why we're using that. So let's check in and see how everybody is doing this morning. What's up, Chuck? Good morning to you, Facebook user. Good morning. Facebook user, I don't know who you are. Facebook user, you can head over to fatdadlive.com. That'll get you over to the YouTube channel. Then we should be able to see you because Facebook and StreamYard don't always play nicely together on there. Lori, good morning to you. Another FU Facebook user. Sound is good. Thank you very much. Brian with the 10 out of 10. Thank you, sir. And Barb, what's Barb got going on? Hello, beautiful north central Minnesota, 24 and sunny, headed towards 40 today. Heat wave. Absolutely. I think we're going to be in the 50s. And we talked about that where it hasn't been, what? We haven't had a warm Thanksgiving in a while. Like I said, I can only remember maybe one in the last 20 years where it was like nice out. And what I mean by nice is, the weather's decent, but I mean, we're outside tossing footballs around. It was total a movie scene Thanksgiving because it was nice enough to be outside and it was great. And I think there might be a chance of that tomorrow. It is what did I say my temp is? It doesn't even tell me what my temp is. Renee will tell me my temp because whatever it is for her, it's about the same for me. But tomorrow's Turkey Day. You got to tell me what's on your menu for tomorrow for Turkey Day. And yes, it is Happy Lobster Day. Renee, we should have did the lobster stuff, everything that we saw when we were at ASI. Why didn't we do that? Oh, why are we just thinking about this now? Water in the cup. Great. And thanks, Chuck, for letting me know that the sound is good as well. Kelly, good morning to you. Stockings, finish shirt for NFR. Start heat pressing 330 basketball jerseys with DTF miscellaneous stuff. That sounds like a great day right there. That's a good Wednesday. That does sound like a great Wednesday right there. Texas. All right, Texas up in here. Corey's not headed to Texas next weekend. She's headed down to New Orleans. She's heading down to New Orleans, I think Thursday through Monday. I think that sounds right. She's headed down there. So we'll be on our own for shipping. I at least now know where everything is, and we're set. So we're good. Renee, clean and package cup orders, invoice, make chocolate pecan pie, make frosting, frost red velvet cakes, and make rolls. I love it. And add to your list, send me artwork. I sent you an email this morning. You sent me mock-ups. I'm looking at this like, this has got your watermark on it. It's got what on it? So I sent you that email this morning. A Barb, coffee mocha in the cup. Ooh, that sounds lovely this morning. List for today, cleaning the kitchen and dining room and prep for tomorrow. I know, right? Like, does everybody like go through that hustle and bustle of making sure everything is perfect? I'm like, listen, we've got 37 kids. Our house is lived in. I don't know if it will ever be 100% perfect, but if we can all sit at the table, that's all that matters. We are going to, so we got Thanksgiving at my mom's tomorrow. And then I think we're going to try and do something on Sunday, just another Thanksgiving-ish, because I want to cook turkey, and then we're debating if we're going to probably, I don't know if we're going to smoke it or not, but we're playing stuff by ear. But I think this weekend we're going to do another Thanksgiving just so I can have more leftovers for next week. Curtis, 39 degrees, water in the cup. Perfect. 50s and wet there. Oh, I can handle it. Like there. See, that's what it is. 34 headed to 53. Yeah, that's right. It's headed to 50s. Looking now, I thought was it in the EPS? I hadn't opened that yet. I just saw a bunch of JPEGs, so I hadn't opened it. And George down in Guatemala. Is that how do I Guatemala? No, it's like Guatemala. What am I doing right there? Oh, 64 at Lake at Adeline. Happy Thanksgiving Eve. That sounds amazing. 64. So what else do we got going on this week? We've got our goal set. Today, I don't think is going to be an early day. I think it's going to be a late day. I try to, Blackout Wednesday, because that's what that traditionally was. Try to get everything done just so we can enjoy the hustle and bustle before the big day tomorrow. And then Friday, Black Friday. So we're going to be, I'm sure enough orders come in today and tomorrow. I think when I looked at the print schedule this morning, just with the orders that came in from last night, we've got about 6 solid hours of printing there. So thank you for those orders, which means if I start when this is over at 9, that's 3 right there. And that's not including any rush things that might come in the next hour and a half. So, we're going to keep going on. We're doing our best to try and stay caught up on things, because you never know, right? You never know. So we're just going to print away and go from there. Katie, there it is. Now we know who it is. Yes, send an EPS, saved it down. Awesome. Perfect. I'll open it up and look and see, because I didn't. I just saw that one and I thought it was there, but now, who's the pretty guy? I'm pretty. I'm so pretty. But otherwise, yeah, we gotta stay on top of that, because they said tomorrow, I might work for a little bit in the morning. Probably not, but I might just set some stuff up. We're trying out a few things, because I really fell off the wagon with posting, even just videoing stuff, and I need to take my own advice on that. I have my phone, it's right there. Why am I not doing it? And one of the big reasons is I'm doing other stuff. Previously I'd be spending more time over with the printer. I was doing that, but the past couple weeks it's been, multitasking, and I just forget to grab the video and take it. And I was consistency is king before. I was pumping out so much content, 20, 30 posts a day, and I'm nowhere near that now. And I can tell, even though we're busy, I can tell in engagement that we're not. And just because we're busy, that's the time that I need to be doing this, not when we're slow. I need to stay front of mind now, so it falls all the way through. If you mark it when you're slow, then what happens? By the time that pays off, it's usually when you're busy. You need to do it the other way. So you need to mark it when you're busy, so that way you don't have that slow. So you have less of this and more of, more of like that. So we've got to push for that. We've got push stuff for Christmas right after this, because we've probably got about 3 weeks, maybe tops, of Christmas stuff that we'll still do for DTF. Next Thursday's bundle is actually a firefighter one, so that's going to take one of the weeks out of it. So there might only be 1, maybe 2 Christmas bundles left, and then we're going to go right into Valentine's Day, Black History Month, What else was in February? There's something else that was in February that we were talking about. There's something else, and so you'll help me remind me that. But that's what we're going to do is go right into those things, because that's what we need to do. Because Easter's right around the corner, St. Patrick's Day is right around the corner, so we'll start pushing all that stuff. As far as Black Friday specials, we do have our 25. Oh, excuse me, our 25% off sale right now. If you use the code BF25, that's on all DTF transfers. So order must be placed and paid for online. So if you try and email an order in or do a quote in, that code will not work. A discount does not apply. It has to be everything online. So print ready, boom, I can just go from there. That's also good on thank you stickers. Somebody was asking, hey, where do you get your stickers from? Like, we print those. I forget that we don't push that enough. And that's where I said, getting back into the posting things. A lot of people don't know that we do signs, that we do banners, that we do canvas, that we do magnets, that we do the decals, that we do a lot more than just DTF. And that's my bad, because I haven't been pushing it and putting it out there for people. So I need to stay back on it and get back on that horse. So we're looking at a couple different ways to do that. And then next week, being the short week with Corey gone, and really need to make sure when that I have everything tight for shipping, because we're shooting to hopefully have everything moved from here over to the shop by next Wednesday. Because next Wednesday, if you're local to us, you can stop down to the new place and you can see Santa. Santa will be there on that Wednesday night. So we're bringing in Santa. And if you know Santa, he is our personal Santa. He's been, a friend for a while now, and he's got he's been a big part of our lives. And now Santa is going to, come to the store. So I can't wait to see Santa there. And maybe I'll dress up as an elf or something. Maybe I should get a Buddy the Elf costume. Fat Buddy the Elf. There you go. That would be correct, Renee. Santa John. Santa is coming to visit us for it. So he'll be at the store for that. This Friday, we're also going to drop a limited amount of memberships for a DTF bundle package. DTF. What the hell am I trying to say? Subscription. That's what I was trying to say. Where we're going to get we're looking at about 10, so 2 times 5 designs every month, and that's going to be stuff from the upcoming bundles. So we're going to start with that off small, make sure everything is working fine before we go that. So it'll be limited numbers of that. That's going to drop on Friday. And then don't forget, we have our glitter DTF transfers that are available now, only in gang sheets, 10.5 inches wide by 10 feet. That's all it is. And so that way we got that. That's what it was. Mardi Gras. Yes, that's what it was. I knew we had something else. Mardi Gras is coming up. So it'll be, so we'll have Mardi Gras, Black History Month, Valentine's Day, all that stuff will start pushing there middle of December going into January, probably middle of January, third week of January. And then from there, then we'll go into more of the spring stuff. There it is. Real or fake beard. He is a real he is Santa. He's legit Santa. He's got business cards and everything that tells us he's Santa. Before Santa had a red Harley that was a sleigh. That was what Santa used in the good old summertime to get around. So it was good. Let's see. I didn't know. What didn't you know? What didn't you know, Lori? What didn't you know? Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas. Merry Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. Whatever. How did I screw that up? One of the things that like you said, so we've got that, and then we've got all the specials. So where are you sitting with what you're running for your holiday specials? Whether in store, local, whatever. We run our 25% off sale now through Monday. You can't go to the website and miss it because it'll pop up and tell you. So we're making sure everybody knows that. We are also running after this hat specials, t-shirt specials, and hoodie specials from now through the end of the year for our business clients, because hey, that's what we're trying to push for. We need to get more of those larger orders, so that's our goal for 2023, to go more on the commercial side of things, the B2B. So for our local businesses, we're going to create We're going to create a couple flyers that we're able to hand out to the local stuff that's around us at the new location. Go in, talk to them, do some meet and greets, drop some stuff off, whatever we can help them with, we'll be happy to. But that's the thing. You got to get out there and get it. You just can't sit back and be like, doors are open. Where is the business? Come on in, folks. My doors are open. No. You have to get out there and get after it. So that's what we're going to do. We've still got a studio to build out over there. So we've still got quite a bit on the plate to try and get done here fairly quickly. And yes, I was jumping the gun because that's what everybody does, right? I mean, Christmas now starts in September. It totally bypassed Thanksgiving. It's coming out before Halloween. Now we're seeing Christmas stuff in September. I'm almost positive that I saw Christmas stuff in Menards in August. I'm almost positive I saw that, which, depending if you're setting up stuff to plan, sure, we'll let it go. But man, it's getting a little quick. Let some holidays have their place. Ooh, look at that, 55 degrees here in South Carolina. That sounds gorgeous. So we've got quite a bit. The hats, DTF, the shirts, the decals, the printed HTV. We got to keep rocking and rolling and going through it. Got a ton of Christmas ornaments. However, selling them has been my challenge. So here's the thing. Excuse me. I have found this in years past where I'd have 30 different ornament styles, right? And so how do you put, now where each ornament style had 5 designs. So there's 150 choices for people. That's just a lot, right? That's a lot for people to sift through and go through and try and figure things out. It's a lot easier if you just say, yep, okay, so here's the, maybe 2, 3 tops, ornament styles that I'm going to offer, right? And then here's 2, 3 tops of designs that I'm going to offer. So now you've got a max of 9. You're keeping it 10 or less, getting them easy choices to choose from. Here's what I need. Perfect. Okay. How many people do I need in this? How many numbers do I, what's the name on it? All right. Awesome. Let's set and go from there. But that's a lot that we have found is offering a whole bunch seem to have got lost. If we just say, yep, these are what we're offering, we're good. Can we do the other ones? Yeah, but it's going to cost more, because we've got to order and we got to stock and we got to do this. So if we can just do some of them, and we're talking, we had all the stuff. We had, the t-shirt shapes, the onesie shapes, the gingerbread men, the stars, the circles, the ovals, the Benelux, right? Am I good with that? Benelux, whatever. Those ones. And then rectangles, and then globes, and then half globes, and snowflakes, big and small, plastic and crystal. Then we had the glass ones. I mean, it was, if we wanted to set up a little booth and just be ornaments, great. But it was very, very time consuming. Yeah, Lori, we do it all. So full print needs. So whether that's signs, banners, decals, yard signs, we do a crap ton of yard signs that we ship out for people. The big Coroplast signs, we do those. We can print and ship. Banners, we do a ton of banners for people, and I just don't push enough. Now, we don't see a whole lot this time of year. Usually it'll go spring through fall. We do a lot of that. Senior banners, we do that. And excuse me, senior banners, senior signs. So, here's the team, like football, here's the whole team, all the kids' names, done. Basketball, all the kids' names, done. The photo banners, so that way they can hang them at the school, on the fences and that, where it's basically, like their senior picture, and you'll design the layout and do that. But we do a lot of those, and they're great money makers on it for what we charge you to what you were able to get. So you can really do a lot of cool things with that. Magnets, whether it's little fridge magnets up to car magnets, we can help you out with that. Car wraps, we can do that. One-way vision film, we can do that. Printed canvas. So printed canvas is one that we've learned over the years that it's a lot easier for us to send it to you and have you finish it. What does that mean? That means it comes rolled up and it's in a tube, and that way you either finish it yourself, or you take it to a place like Michael's and have them finish it for you by doing the wrap, doing everything with that. Because shipping oversized packages is ridiculous. So if we can roll it in a tube, even better that way. What are the other things? Static clings. Just got an order for 500 static clings last night, so that was choice. I love that. Anything that needs printed, yeah, we can help you out. We've done, and we would do the full thing. We've got a couple clients that we do all their printing for them too, where they'll just send us stuff. Yep, I need these shirts. I need this print. Can you go ahead and take care of it for me? Yeah. And so, whether it's one shirt or 1,000 shirts, we're able to help you out all the way through it for it. So it's a good time. Hobby Lobby and Christmas tree set up in August. Yep, I 100% believe that, because right there, Brian has it best. Most retail stores had stuff from last year because it came in late. That's right, it did. We had. It's great. I'm still playing the game. Is this in stock? And some things not in stock, other things unlimited stock. But yeah, it is right. Everything came in late. I remember Target has containers out in their parking lot because it was just everything that was in there, and they'll slowly bringing stuff in there. So yeah, starting to sell it earlier to move it before the issues orders are received. Totally makes sense on that, Brian. Brian, you're a smart guy. You're a smart guy. I don't care what they say. You're a smart guy. Christmas in July is pushed a lot in our area when there's a huge amount of tourists. I would bet if you have a tourist area, yeah, definitely. I want to add one more piece of equipment and was considering a BN20A. What's your take on that? Print cut. Okay. Let's get into some chats. I love this. So BN20A, pluses and minuses. Plus, amazing printer, right? Quality is going to be great on it. Maintenance is next to none because it takes care of it for you. It does its cleaning cycles on it. You've got a known brand behind it. There's good service and support with it. Do I feel that it is a good printer? Yes. Would I get one? No. And reason being, nothing wrong with the printer itself, just the size of it. While it prints amazingly, it is a slow printer. And when you have it, you don't realize it's slow until you get something that's faster. And then you're like, yeah, that was slow. But it does print amazing. It is a compact space. So if you were limited on space, or you're not doing super high production, then it's going to work perfect for you. The one thing's the downfall to it is there is not a lot of stock media selection choices for you. And so what does that mean? Whereas us with the 54-inch printer, we have an unlimited supply of stock materials that we can just order in, get, and have to do it. On the BN20A, you do not have that because they don't make the rolls that small. So what you need to do is get the rolls in and cut them down yourself, or whoever your vendor is, check and see if they will cut rolls down for you. Because on a 54-inch roll, you can get a 20, and a 14. Is that right? So basically a 20, 12. So you're able to do that with it. And then that's all your printed material. The thing with it being a smaller format, from what we found, because we started with a 30-inch and we quickly outgrew it just because of banners, right? Doing a 30-inch, doing a 2x4 banner, we had 2 foot this way and 4 foot that have come out. Going to the 54-inch, now we can do a 4 foot and it'll only go on 2 foot of material. So there's a big difference in that. So you're able to fit more on the sheet, get things that way. What it really comes down to is what your plan to using it with is, because it is very versatile. You can do printed HTV. My personal recommendation for printed HTV is the Caesar Hi-Fi Matte. I really love how that presses, how it takes color, and it presses at 250 for like 5 to 7 seconds, so a low temperature on it. But I really like that. But you're able to do, and now the A, you have white with that one, but you're able to print, whether it's decals, printed HTV, anything that you can throw in there. I really think you're gonna love it. Yeah, right there. Love BN20. It is on the slower side, but there's nothing wrong with that, right? If you're not doing a high volume production, speed is mattered because you can set that to print, and you're doing other stuff. You just set it to print. And then it's done printing, it comes back and cuts. So you can do other things. But if that was the all that you're waiting on, that's the thing. Because when you do go to a BN20 to a 30-inch or a 54-inch, it takes up a lot of space. So space savings, it is great for that. Right here, yep. Yeah, I mainly got it because of space. That's why. Get it because of space and because that's what you need for it. And yes, see, I didn't think about the 60-inch because the HP that we've been looking at, eyeballing, that we don't need, but we've been eyeballing, that is what, a 64-inch. So yeah, 60-inch roll. And then boom, 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 just cut down the 3 of them. See, typing as you say. And see, I don't even have one. It was just when I was going through and doing our research, in the beginning, and we ended up going with the 30-inch Versacam, and now we're up to the 54-inch Versacam, was I knew, that it was going to be too small for what we wanted, especially we wanted to do banners. And I'm like, okay, we'll be able to do this. And we quickly outgrew that just with what we were doing. But it's a great printer. I don't think you can find anybody that will say something bad about it that if they didn't know about it going into it. That's on them, because everybody has said, here's some issues with it, but they're not really issues, if that makes sense. It prints great. It's just a little slow, but the quality is amazing on it. You're able to do a lot with it. And it just depends on the space. You don't see them come up a whole lot on the used market. I mean, you do occasionally, but not as much as you see like a 30-inch or 54-inch. And that's why when we looked at things for the cost that I was going to have to spend on the BN20, I could have just as easily, and we did, get the 30-inch printer. I have a guy that repos equipment, and so I'm always, me and him are always talking back and forth over what you got in there, and and he had that, and I was looking at it like, well, I'm going to save some money, because at that time the BN20 was $7,000, and I think I paid $5,000 for my first 30-inch printer. So it was like I saved a couple thousand, and I got a wider print. So it's definitely. Did my sound go? Did the sound go? Did the sound go? Here, let me switch and see how this works. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. There. Let me know if that's any better. If anything, switch with it. Yeah. The BN20 Facebook groups pop up all the time. So do they? And see, I'm used to seeing on the, and that's because it's a specific group for it. On my side, when we were looking for, when I was looking for stuff, wasn't in any of the BN20 groups. I was looking at different things, and we decided to see, when we were looking at that and then researching, go one way or the other, and we had the space for it. We're like, okay, 30-inch is going to be the way to go. It's going to save us a couple thousand, and we're able to get it. Now we outgrew that one within 3 months, and then we went to the 54-inch, and we've had that one ever since. And we've been bouncing back and forth on if I can get a good deal on a latex, I'm going to. Big reason is there's things that we can print on that. Wrapping paper, that's a plus. That's something that somebody asked about and we looked at. But I was like, I've been going back and forth on that on the HP 365 for probably a year and a half, 2 years now. Is it something that we need or don't need? Something we need or don't need? But if I can get a good deal on one, yeah, we would get that. And the next thing, if we're really going to push stuff, is I need to get a larger printer, a larger cutter, because while the VersaCam does have a built-in cutter, it is not the greatest. And what does that mean? Well, it'll cut, just doesn't really like fine detail, because it's a printer, not a cutter. So we found when we need fine detail for stuff, we just throw registration marks on it, take it over the GraphTech, and it does great there. But we have to split things up. We can't run the whole roll through it because our GraphTech isn't that big. So what does that mean? We need to get a bigger GraphTech if we're going to stay, if we really want to consistently do that. So sound better before you reset it. Awesome. Well, let's try it again. Let's try it again and see what happens. There. How's that? Is that any better? Facebook Market, very rare. Yeah, and that's the other thing. You can check out Marketplace. You can check out this place called Craigslist. That was even still there. One of the other places too is DigitSmith. Does that sound right? Digit, DIGIT, Smith, SMITH. I think it's more of an embroidery site, but they have a ton of used equipment on it. And by a ton, I mean things like embroidery machines, screen printing, heat presses, printers. They have a lot of stuff over there, so you can check it out. I stopped using my BN20 cutter after a few weeks. Bought a GraphTech just to keep up the printer printing. Yes, because that's the other thing too, is when it's an all-in-one, you've got production flow, right? Well, you can only do as much as that can do. So if it's printing a job, then it's come back and it's cutting a job. Whereas if you have the cutter that goes along with it, you can print a job, take it over here, the cutter can cut, and the printer can keep printing, and that's what it can do. The printer is usually the slowest part, unless you have a lot of intricate stuff, but that way you can just keep the process going. Print out rolls, roll it up, set it over here, then go on to the next one. you find out what works best for you. Some people are like, nope, this don't need it. Other people are like, yeah, I totally need it this way. So, um, to the original question, BN20A, I think it is a sound investment, as long as you know what you're getting yourself into. Is a smaller DTF printers worth it, or should I just wait and go with the bigger one? Okay, let's get in that one. DTF printing, the smaller ones that you're going to find from places are all converted printers. If they have a single head in them, they are a converted printer. They're converted Epson printer that may have some casing changes in that, but for the most part, they're converted L1800 printers. What does that mean? It means they're slow. I heard people taking 20 minutes for a print. I heard on this excuse me, on the quick side that it was 15. So that means you're getting what, 4 to 5 prints an hour, if that. You still have the maintenance issues with them. They're getting better at it, but for the cost of what it is, it $3,000 for it, 4,000 depending in there, and then everything else that comes along with it. Make sure you're eating a shaker, or if you're not doing roll to roll, you've got to manually powder and you manually cure. So there's labor intense that comes in there. The other thing that really comes down to is how much that you are printing, because those have been known that if you go more than a day or two without printing, that the head will just dry up. And then you can run Clogbuster and try and get it through there. Try and do your cleanings, try your shoe shining, try and waterfall, try and that. But a lot of times, it's just not good. Those print heads aren't made for it, and so they're a consumable product. We were going through about one a month when we were doing it, and at a cost of $500 some a month, or a print head. Yeah, it got expensive, and so that's when we looked at, hey, there's got to be a better way, because we were up to 3 of them, and we said, well, this is the time when we really need to switch over to commercial, and it was the best thing that we did. With that, you got to think, how much am I printing? Because let's say a 12 by 12 is going to cost you $450. Well, what a print is costing you. You know what you're paying for the shirt. You don't have all the labor, mess, fuss, everything that comes with a DTF printer yourself, and that's where a lot is eaten up. Is that struggle that you'll have with it, because we all have that starting off. How does it work? What does it go through? Like when we first started in 2020 with DTF printer, we spent over $1,000 on materials just trying to dial it in. Now the benefit that you have now versus then is, back then, it was still super new, so people were trying to figure things out. What works best on this? What works best on this? How are we doing it? Now it's pretty much, hey, okay, yep, here's the settings to use, and so you can be off and printing and good to go within a couple hours. So that's where everything is moving so fast. But it really comes down to how much you're printing, if it's worth it or not. 9 times out of 10, it just makes more sense to get transfers. When you bring a new piece of equipment in, now you have another thing that needs somebody to man it, right? So if you're not, I was told this by a very successful t-shirt printer. When it came time to look at new pieces of equipment, they said, if it's not producing $100,000 a year in revenue, then I don't need to bring it in-house, because that's what it's going to cost me to bring somebody in to run it, which is true. If you want to pay somebody decent, what is it going to make to be able to cover them? Because it is a time-consuming process. You're not able just to walk away from it, especially if you don't have a roller. If you're not printing from a roll and going through the shaker dryer combo, then you're printing sheets. And so you can only do something for, a couple minutes, because that sheet's printed out. Now I got to manually powder it. And now I got to go ahead and put it, how I'm going to cure it, whether it's in the heat press, an oven, a heat gun. There's multiple different ways that you can manually cure, but all of those take time. And you got to think, if the average price for, a transfer is $5, if you can only print 4 an hour, it's $20. Right? Your time is way more valuable than that. So it just really comes down to what you need it for. Singular one-off things, I would still honestly look at a white toner, because you're not selling transfers, you're not doing anything with that. That will fill that void for you. I would do that for anything. I would say, especially since we have it, but we're running everything through there. I'd say my cutoff would probably be six on white toner. And then after that, I would order DTF transfers, because even with shipping, it's going to be way faster for me to do it that way. But like I said, a big lot of it comes down to what you're going to do. Yeah. Thank you on your thoughts. What I thought of my research. Just wanted your opinion. Yeah. I think 95% of the people that have a DTF printer do not need a DTF printer, or should not have a DTF printer, just because of the amount of work that goes into it. They think we're saving a couple bucks, but let's do the math. If you're spending, $3,000-$4,000 on something, what's the ROI on that? How soon are you getting back for it? What are you doing to push it out for there? Because you want something that's going to be able to roll through. You want something that's going to not take your time for you. For Barb, my volume DTF for me isn't huge. I have the Pro Color Panda L18 for over a year. I do routine maintenance daily. It has a rolling, and I have a curing. I print while I'm writing. Yep, and that's the thing. If you have those that go along with it, routine maintenance, yes, that has to be taken care of. It has the roller, so that what that means is, instead of putting sheets in it, it's printing off the roller it's going through, and then you go through the curing drum. That saves so much time. Just that part of it, not loading film, and not making sure that the film can read, and then not manually powdering things and not manually curing. When you're able to do this and set it so that way you're able to do it, that totally makes sense. But if you're doing 20 to 30 a day, then I don't think you're going to want the desktop. I think you're going to want, excuse me, at least the 13-inch one, being mindful of some of them are better than others. There's a whole batch of bad ones out there. There are some good ones. I know a couple of people that have the OmniPrint one and seem to be doing okay with it. They had some issues with sales and service and everything leading up to that, which that hasn't been the first time that I've heard that, where Omni is great at selling you the dream and great at marketing, but when it comes to the follow-up and comes to the delivery and the support, that it's a little leaves something to be desired. And so that's where that is. And then, from there, then you can bump up to the 24, inch ones. It really comes down to budget. How much do you want to spend? Let's say, for a desktop, you're going to be between 3 and 5. Let's say for a 13-inch one, you're going to be between 8 and 13. I have to look again. And then on a 24-inch one, you're going to be 20,000 plus. So it really comes down to what you need. And then, you just run the numbers and see if they're good for you there. All right. Here, remember when we talk, we're going to keep these short and sweet, and we're already 38 minutes in, and we've got a butt ton to do today. So we need to get out of here. You guys have an amazing day. Happy Thanksgiving. We will be back here Friday morning. Ooh, yeah, we'll be back here Friday morning for Morning Mindset on a Black Friday. Ooh, I love the way that sounds. Remember, code BF25 to save 25% off all your transfers. And the Reggies. Don't forget to get over there and vote for the Reggies. I wouldn't mind winning a category or two. So get over there and do that. You guys have a great day. Peace, love, press on. We will see you guys Friday morning.